Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's a deal with China closer than we think. Got Donald Trump here, going to tell you a deal is about to be done. We're talking cargo. We're talking China. We're talking sending products around the world at a better price, taking away tariffs. Negotiations are ongoing as we speak. The trade war is in full swing with the United States and China. We need to do a deal. We need to come together and do a deal. Have we done a deal? Are we there? Many would say the market is about to crash. I don't think so. When there is blood on the streets, very often this is the description used just before the market capitulates and goes back up. Trade is the word of the day. Inflation is everywhere, except it's not anymore. So is there a crash coming? Are you fearful? Or are we about to take off? And when we take off, are we about to go to the moon? I would suggest we are. I'm ready. Are you? We've got Donald Trump here now, giving you his thoughts on whether the market's about to go up. I think he's right. Remember, this is not a political channel. We're not here for or against anyone, but I'm here as an investor. Donald Trump is about to give me his thoughts on a China deal done. Sounds like it. What do you think? I'd like you to tap the like button. As you can see, the flags are flying from the United Kingdom, Cornwall, Texas, and the United States, and our big event for tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Central on the music channel, the Love event. Hopefully, you'll join us for that special event. But we're getting ready now to hear from Donald Trump. Do you think that the markets are about to explode? Let me show you what I think. I think we're at capitulation. Everyone's got tired and fed up. And that's when the markets take off. So I invite you all now to tap the like button and join me on this special night. Is a deal about to be done with China? Let's hear from Donald Trump right now as we bring the United States and China together. At the end of the day, all we want to do is get trade moving and do those deals. So now let's hear from Donald Trump himself and let's see if we are closer to a deal. Here is the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. It's over to you.
Negotiations are actually simpler than that. I mean, we're going to set a number and people are going to pay that number, or they're going to decide to go elsewhere. If there is such a place, there really is no elsewhere, I think.
Mr. President, in the first term, your Attorney General apologized to Tea Party groups who have been targeted by the IRS under the Obama administration. Why is it okay for the IRS to now be looking at changing the tax status of Harvard because of policy disagreements you had with the university?
So, you know, I had dinner last night with a lot of pastors and ministers and people of faith, and there were like 32 of them. And it was beautiful in the Blue Room. And they said, sir, I was targeted by the IRS. And the FBI came in, sir. And I've been going through hell for years. And somebody overheard that statement and they said, oh, that happened to me too. Another one overheard, oh, that happened to me too. It was the Biden people. And they had 7 or 8 of them. We're going to be reporting it very soon. I said, this has to be reported. These are ministers, pastors, evangelicals. They were targeted by the Biden
Please, if you could, tap the like button. It will share this out to more people. Thank you.
Well, I was targeted more than anybody in history. I think you probably know that. I hope you admit it, but you might not. But I was targeted more than anybody in history. But it was interesting because one pastor told me, and another one heard it, oh, me too, and me too, me too, me too. All of a sudden, they're all, and one of them spent all of his money, everything he had on lawyers, for 3 years, he said. It took place almost immediately after the election. When Biden came in, unfortunately for the country, sadly for the country. So when you ask me that question, I immediately say, let's switch it around to tell you what happened last night. And not only that, we're also finding that many people just having to do with Trump support have gone through hell. And they've used the IRS for purposes of something that's very illegal for them to have to do.
What are you trying to
It's a very very illegal thing to do what they did. And I think it's such a shame. That was long what?
If that was wrong, why are you considering changing the tax status of Harvard?
Because I think Harvard's a disgrace. I think what they did was a disgrace. They're obviously anti-Semitic, and all of a sudden they're starting to behave. But when you see what they were saying, what they were doing, when you see the way they took care of events, when you watch that woman, that horrendous president that ruined the image of Harvard, maybe permanently, in Congress, in the halls of Congress, when you take a look at what happened there, it was horrific. And, I've looked at a lot having to do with it. I'm not involved in it. It's being handled by lawyers. I read about it just like you did. But tax exempt status, I mean, it's a privilege. It's really a privilege. And it's been abused by a lot more than Harvard, too, by a lot more than Harvard. So we'll see how that all works out. I don't think they've made a final ruling. I don't believe they've made a final ruling, but it's something.
If you can, please tap the like button. It really helps, and consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you.
Very anti-Semitic when you take a look, whether it's Columbia, Harvard, Princeton. I don't know what's going on, but when you see how badly they've acted, and in other ways also. So we'll be looking at it very strongly.
On the tax exempt status subject, what are the other groups you'd like to see that status removed from? Could we expect an exempt?
Well, we'll be making some statements, but it's a big deal, and they're so rich and so strong, and then they go so bad. They've earned so much by being a member of this country, a member of this group, this beautiful group of people in this country, and then they go and they abuse their power like that. I think it's very sad.
Are we talking about immigrant rights groups, environmental rights groups?
Could be. I mean, look, environmental. I have a group named CREW. You ever hear of it? I think it's CREW, and they have a guy that heads CREW. It's supposed to be a charitable organization. The only charity they had is going after Donald Trump. So we're looking at that. We're looking at a lot of things. But if you take a look at CREW, what they've done, and I think it was a very big abuse, but we're going to be finding out pretty soon.
Yeah. Can you explain the disconnect between your conversations with President Xi, when those potentially could happen, and why they haven't happened yet?
Well, you don't know whether or not they've happened.
That's my question.
Yeah. I mean, I've never said whether or not they've happened, but I have a very good relationship with President Xi, and I think it's going to continue. And I would say they have reached out a number of times.
Xi or they?
Well, the same. I view it very similar. It would be top levels of China. And if you knew him, you would know that if they reached out, he knew exactly. He knew everything about it. He runs it very tight, very strong, very smart. And, we're talking to China.
So they've reached out in recent days or recent weeks?
Excuse me?
They've reached out since the 145% tariffs?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do you believe
a lot?
Do you believe
a lot all the time? We're talking.
Have you spoken to him directly, to President Xi?
I don't want to say that. No. It's just not appropriate.
But you're speaking.
Sorry.
Has he called you directly, President Xi, or reached out to try to facilitate a conversation?
Well, you'd think it was pretty obvious that he has, but we will talk about that soon. It's not that important because, honestly, we're going to have a deal. I believe we're going to have a deal with China. And if we don't, we're going to have a deal anyway because we're going to set a certain target, and that's going to be it. Do you have anything to say about that, Howard?
I think our tariff policy around the world has every country in the world coming in and talking to us. It is incredible. We had country after country in yesterday. We are confident that we will work out something with China, and the president knows what he wants to do, And I think he knows it better than anybody else in the world. And we are confident that this is going to work out well, both for the United States of America. I'm sure he'll work it out with China, but the amount of other countries who are working with us is incredible. And I think it's really going to work for the American farmers, for our ranchers, for our fishermen, for our businesses. The scale of companies coming to America just every day, like even this morning we were talking about Whirlpool, and then we were talking about car companies opening. The scale of factories coming to America is mind-boggling, driven by Donald Trump's tariff policy, which has got the world coming and finally respecting the United States of America.
President Trump, you said
And by the way, there's never been anything like it. We have at least $7 trillion of new businesses coming in. If you go back and look at others, I mean, in years they wouldn't do anything like that. So, and this is in a matter of weeks, so it's been pretty amazing.
You said we're talking, so China and the U.S. are talking on tariffs.
Oh, sure.
Do you believe then that they won't go higher than 125%? We've heard Chinese officials say that. And then, like, what happens if they do go higher? Do we retaliate more?
Well,
than
at a certain point,
125?
I don't want them to go higher, because at a certain point, you make it where people don't buy. So I may not want to go higher, or I may not want to even go up to that level. I may want to go to less, because, you know, you want people to buy. And at a certain point, people aren't going to buy. And it's actually up to 145%, because you have the 20.
You previously said that you would consider reducing tariffs on China to get a tic-tac deal done. Is that still on the table as of now?
Well, we have a deal for TikTok, but it'll be subject to China, so we'll just delay the deal till this thing works out one way or the other. And I think it's a good deal for China. The TikTok deal is very good. TikTok is good for China, and I think they'd like to see us do a deal, especially the deal that we have pretty much done with some of the best companies in the world.
If they agree to sign the deal, would you take that into consideration?
I think it would be
when
something
talking
we
about
discuss,
reducing
because
tariffs?
it's a natural. If we're making a deal, I guess we'll spend 5 minutes and talk about TikTok. It wouldn't take very long.
Can you give us a sense of how far along these negotiations are with China? Are they in the early stages, or are you inching closer now to actually making a deal on tariffs?
I think that we will make a deal with China. I think we've had some very good talks, but we will have some very good talks remaining. And, you know, I view it, and some people say, oh, rush. I think we have a lot of time. I think we have plenty of time. But we have very, very good. You saw Japan was here yesterday. We had Italy today. We had a great conversation with the Prime Minister. We've had very good talks yesterday with Mexico. Talking with everybody. You know, the problem is it's only so many hours in the day. I think we're going to make a deal with China. We're going to make a deal with everybody. And if we don't make a deal, we'll just set a target, and we'll live with that, and it'll be fine too.
How much time do you think?
I would think over the next 3 or 4 weeks, I think maybe the whole thing could be concluded. You have to understand, we're a big, if you think of us as a big, beautiful department store before that business was destroyed by the internet. We're a big, beautiful store, and everybody wants a piece of that store. China wants it. Japan wants it, Mexico, Canada, they live off it, those two. Without us, they wouldn't have a country. And everybody wants a piece. And at a certain point, if we don't make a deal, we'll just set a limit. We'll set a tariff, we'll set some parameters, and we'll say, come in and shop. They may not like that, and they may find it, or the market may find it too high, you know, more likely the market, but the market may find it too high, or the country may find it too high. Then they'll come back and say, well, we think this is too high, and we'll negotiate, or they're going to say something else. They're going to say, well, let's see what happens. But they always have a right not to do it. So they can say, well, we don't want it, so we're not going to shop there. We're not going to shop in the store of America. We have something that nobody else has, and that's the American consumer. And I had the most successful 4-year period in the history of this country, and I think we're going to blow it away this time. But there is a little bit of a transition, and we're going to have that little transition, and it's not much of a transition. You know, if you look right now, we're getting 25%.
So there you've heard
cars,
a
right?
deal is about to be done with China. He's confident a deal is about to be done. I would suggest the following. This is what I've been doing. I've been betting big. A little bit like Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor went all in on Bitcoin. Michael Saylor used all his margin and any way he could to get in on Bitcoin. What I have done is I've gone all in and made sure I've got as much of the American economy as possible. I have bought every single share I can with every penny and every ounce of margin that I can. I believe the market is about to pump. I believe we've hit capitulation point. We may even be in a recession. A recession is a bottom. A tariff deal, Trump has already said today, is 100% guaranteed. The banks have outperformed. Nvidia is about to pump. Thank you very much indeed for that super chat. Japan deal is done. We're just waiting for the announcement, and the market is set to explode. What do you think? Leave me your thoughts on the screen. You've got a few moments before I finish this. But this is my final thoughts. We need trade to get moving once again. Trade stopping doesn't help anyone. Trade is moving, but we are just trying to finish the deal. The deal between China and the United States of America. So we can all shake hands again and get on with business. Are we about to go to the moon? The money is stacking up. This is my portfolio. I'm all invested. We've seen now for the first time in 3 months. We were up on the week just a few seconds ago, just before I came on air. This is good. The market is now going sideways. Here in the studio, I'm celebrating red, white and blue. I'm waiting and I'm ready, and I believe capitulation is here. The markets are about to explode and I'm all in. What do you think? Well, we're about to celebrate. We won't be here tomorrow. There's no market open tomorrow. But can you see behind me on the big screen, just down here, the big love event? What is that? Every Friday, we celebrate and we have a party every Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. I hope you'll join me. The link is in the chat. I'm going to give it to you right now. It'll also take you there directly at the end of the show. So if you stand by, it'll automatically take you there to the event on Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Please do join me for the love event. I'm going to give it to you right now, and then I'm going to answer your questions. If you'd like to comment and be on today's show, you can leave me your thoughts and comments in the chat, and I will answer all your questions. Here, first of all, is the love event. There we go. That is the event for tomorrow night. I'll pin that to the top. There it is. I'm asking you to also vote. Do you feel the market is about to explode? 62% of you said yes. Let me end the poll. 27% say no, and 11% say undecided. There it is in the chat for you. I hope you agree with me that the market is about to explode. I'm now going to bring all your comments on the screen. If you are a member, you can comment, and in a few seconds, I will open it up. I will open it up for the general public for 1 minute. So stand by if you want to comment. In a minute from now, I'm going to give everybody around the world in 69 countries and 14 languages the chance to comment. So, are you ready? Stand by. A minute from now, I'll open it up. These are our members first of all, the Lucasades. James 007 is here. First, Samuel Redner. We had a race today to be the first in the show. Deal or no deal? That is the question. His family, it's been a busy day. Hi, family, it has indeed. Third, Stephen Mariano. I love it. Who's the top 10? Poor Man Rich Man is here. Hello, Joshua. Dale Fish, good evening to you. Building America Stronger and Better. Hello, Lucasade family. We have Jason Comic Cos Cook is here. Hello, everyone. Alex is in the house tonight. Welcome, Alex. Vaz, Trump still has 4 more days to it up. CY Webb, good afternoon, everyone. We had a review request coming in. I will take note of that at the end of the show and I will write that down. Thank you very much, Mike Koza. You will go on the list of about 12 requests before you. Finite to Freedom. Good evening. Poor man, rich man, Josh Monroe. You know, it wasn't for this channel, I'd probably have sold out and gave up. Thanks everyone for allowing me to be part of this. You are very welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Who else have we got? Mike Koza. Please like my super chat too. Oh, wonderful stuff. I love it. Can't we all just get along? Absolutely. That's what we want, don't we? Poor man, rich man. I agree. Donna B. Let's have a look. We've got RB. Hello, poor man, rich man. Green movie short. I missed you all day. Needed some humor. I love it. Hard to believe anything till we see it. Samuel says, only time will tell if this goes through. Val says margin. He only ever says one word. Good evening, Kazansky, James 007, RB. Alex, wow, you're a busy person. Jerry Mandarin is here. America consumers have the money. That is true. He was right there. Samuel, RB, Dr. Funk Melton used 80,000 margin for the first time to keep buying during these last 2 weeks. I see green ahead. I'm right with you. I'm exactly the same. Poor man, rich man, piano man. Thank you very much indeed for that. Are we green today? Yes. Okay, here we go. Here comes our 1 minute of members, general public can now comment for 1 minute. Here it comes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute of craziness. Are you ready? Comment alive is on. Everybody can now comment. There you go. Comment in the chat. Welcome the world. We'll see what happens now. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's see what comments we get. It will go quite crazy in the chat for the next few seconds. Any second now it will start. Look out for this, and then we're going to end the stream. Okay, here it comes. Here come our general public in the chat. Let's see how many general public we have today. So we have JS, Brandon, how you doing? Hoping Nvidia pumps. Hello from Bristol. Marion Gradiner, good afternoon and welcome. All our guests around the world, I seen green days ahead. Let's go XRP. Oh, here it comes. Yay. All in, following the channel. Thank you, JS. Go Trump, says RKT. Ricardo Merv, what's your price max for XRP this year? $10, but we can see $10. Happy to be here. How about XRP? We're not talking XRP right now. It's going really quickly. Mandy Todd, welcome to you. Marion Gardner, Ale, Puerto Rico. I'd like to thank the people of Puerto Rico who took me and my wife in during Hurricane Irma. Thank you for giving us refuge. What's up, RKT? Crypto Poppy, good morning. Bazinga, Amina, hello to you. Gloria Gisson, XRP team. All right, okay, just 10 seconds left. LT, green. We are going to go members only again. We gave everyone around the world the opportunity to say hello and come on in. We're going to go members in 10, 9, 8. Gloria Sisson, thank you, Martin. You're very welcome. Jason, No Crypto USA, number 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green is my favorite color. See you tomorrow night, and we are back, members. Thank you very much indeed. That was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me just fade out the music there. Thank you very much for taking part. That was a bit of fun. Really did enjoy that. So there we go. That's my thoughts today. I hope you agree, or if you don't agree, maybe leave the comments later on. But there we go. I think the market is capitulating. We've just heard from Trump. I think the markets are about to go up. I'm very excited for that. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. A lot of new scenes and visuals were created tonight. But I'm now going to send you off to our event for Friday night. Okay, it's the big Friday night party, the Love event. I've given you the link in the chat. It'll automatically take you there. Click above my head, down below in the description. I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you back at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Music Party channel. I hope to see you all there. I'll put it up here and something else down here I think you'll find useful. That's it from me. Have a wonderful evening. Get ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Leave me your thoughts and comments below. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.